Much can be learned from our ancestors who brought the Catholic faith to our land. Just as the Catholic faith has been passed on century after century through sacred tradition, so too we can learn much from the very specific ways in which our ancestors brought the faith to our specific churches and communities. Join me in this series as we explore faith on the frontier. The term frontier refers to a region at the edge of settled or developed territory. What lies beyond is a land uncharted, unsettled. The American frontier encompasses the geography, history, the culture associated with the waves of expansion across North America that began with European colonial settlement in the early 17th century and ended with the admission of the last few Western territories in the early 1900s. My name is Father Kevin Vogel, a priest of the Archdiocese of Omaha. I'm here along the Missouri River, just north of Ponca, Nebraska. In this series, we'll be exploring some of the settlement of the land west of the Missouri River in an area called the Nebraska Territory, most specifically looking at the origins of the Catholic faith in what would later become today's Archdiocese of Omaha. Our series will begin by going back to the earliest moments of the Catholic missionaries who brought Jesus to this land and to the native peoples who traversed its rivers, woods, and prairies. We will consider in general the hardships of pioneer life for both the people and their priests, and how the Catholic faith played an important role in sustaining them in their poverty. I won't be able to go through every story of all the parishes here in the Archdiocese, but we'll focus on certain rural areas, in particular the parishes that I currently serve, as well as the area in which I grew up. Through the course of this series, I'll be visiting many places where Catholic churches used to exist and telling something about their past. Although by no means comprehensive, this series should give us some insight into how the faith brought to the frontier has been passed down to us. The term frontier also refers to the furthest most limits of knowledge or achievement in a particular field of study or activity. For Catholics living in the Archdiocese of Omaha today, we too have reached a new frontier. We're also being asked to embark on a new journey of faith, one that will require many structural changes in our parishes. It also requires a cultural transformation of parish life, as Pope Francis has said, toward a missionary impulse capable of transforming the Church's ways of doing things for the evangelization of today's world, rather than for her self-preservation. We may fear that all these changes will mean having to give up all that our great-grandparents sacrificed and did to build up our church communities. But rather, we can learn from their example and their stories on how we ourselves can pass on the faith on the frontier.